Well,
Party pants.
and we're black. It's the Friend Simulator Podcast, episode 8.
We just went over this, yeah.
We just went over this, so I hope I remember. I'm Borly Borelstein.
I'm Fauntleroy.
Fauntleroy X
Fauntleroy,
to the
Fauntleroy.
second exponent.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Fauntleroy
that's
to
how
the
it works.
2.
Yep.
Yep.
So we didn't talk about like what the fuck we were gonna talk about today. So
No, we did not.
So I have some experiences to share. So, which one should I start with? I wonder. Let me think.
Start with the first one.
The first one. Okay, so I'll start with the one that I already prepped for you so you can see the spoiler. So
Okay.
I gotta stop. My mouse has just disappeared.
No.
I'm having technological. Okay, my mouse is back. Okay.
Find it.
That was really concerning for a second. So, I have to set the scene. Okay, so I see this one client. He is a 14-year-old boy who is currently, I don't know, not to say housing, unstable housing, because he's living in a hotel with his mom and his younger brother. And when I see him, he's alone. And then usually 30 minutes after I start seeing him, then his brother returns. So we were playing Call of Duty and he's kind of feeling himself. He's talking some shit. I guess I should do the Call of Duty part of the story and then go into the next one. Okay. So the first time we were playing Call of Duty, he's like talking mad shit, you know, he's
playing online or
no, he's playing offline. We're playing split screen.
Got it.
We're playing split screen, okay?
Got it.
And he's playing games all day. Last time I played Call of Duty was like fucking World at War or some shit. Okay? Right. And I haven't touched a controller that even got near Call of Duty anytime. So I'm thinking this kid's gonna roll me. He plays games all day.
Yeah.
We get on and I have to try to not lose. Try to like lose.
You have to try to
he is terrible.
Make it fair, yeah.
Yeah. So the funny part is I'm just like, I'm not really holding back. I'm not like trying to go easy on it.
Right.
So I'm just, it's like 6 kills deep. Okay.
Oh no.
And we're doing this game mode where you get money to buy items. And his brother comes home and he buys this like trap item. I don't know what it is. And they're both like getting real horny for this trap item. Yeah. And so he launches it and it's like a little RC car that automatically seeks you out and then shocks you. Oh, and then so it shocks me and then he shoots and kills me because I'm stunned. Yeah. And like literally you would imagine that he just won the Super Bowl. Like he and his brother are just going off.
He's just like, he throws a controller down. He's like dancing around.
Yeah, he's like doing like
the celebration dance,
the suck it shit from like wrestling in the 90s. Yeah. He's like, they're just going off like, oh, that I got so owned, and it's like I'm 6 kills deep on you, like, and you haven't killed me once yet. Yeah. It's like the only reason you got
this time.
Like this is pity money. Yeah. So then I just started like, not aiming down the sights, and I just start like just playing like total dog shit and be like, oh, you got me, oh my god, because if I'm trying, he's never gonna kill me.
Right.
Like he is genuinely terrible at the game. Anyway, so that was one session. That was like 2 weeks ago. Then we go back to like last week, and you know something's a little off. He's not feeling it. He's kind of like he's playing some music, and the music is like all sorts of shit. But some of it's kind of like horny. Is the only way I can describe it.
Yeah.
So like there's like sexually provocative songs because he likes listening to like, you know, R&B and like kind of like edgy like trauma music, but usually a lot of these artists also have like some kind of like crazy ridiculous horny song. Invariably so. So we're playing. There's this song playing. And his brother comes home, and his brother has a respite worker, which is basically like a babysitter, except it's for people who like have like intense emotional needs. So it's me, his brother, and this black respite worker. And this song comes on, so you can click the spoiler now. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna turn it up so that they can hear it at home. It's called "Tear Up the Club Thugs 3-6 Mafia Slob on My Knob." I've never heard this song before. Lord. So this song's playing.
Okay, I see.
So he's like, the whole song is like talking about like fucking women and like smelling their bush. and like there's like one part where it's like
This is from a time.
yeah, like he's talking about like getting a woman pregnant and then going over with his goons and beating her up. Like it's genuinely like if you like this kind of music, you have mental problems, which is why obviously I'm seeing this kid, right? But
Right.
there's a part at like 46 seconds where I'm sitting there. My client, he kind of gets a little like he's like more reserved now since this like other new person, this new respite worker is there.
Uh-huh.
So it's me, client, younger brother, and then this black respite worker. And he looks like he's like about like maybe like 24 at most or something. And this song is playing, and it's playing this line, suck a nigga dick or something. And I have never felt more uncomfortable. Yeah, he keeps saying, suck a nigga dick or something.
Hell yeah.
And he plays the whole fucking song, and I'm just sitting there, and it's like we're in nobody's talking. Just the music and Call of Duty. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I feel like this is racist. Like, because my client is white.
Oh, that's even okay.
He's not black.
That's a foil to it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just
like it would be different if everyone was black but me. I would be fine with that.
Yeah.
But no, it's like, and so it's like,
got it.
3 white people and this black guy coming in, and I'm just, the song is playing, it's suck a nigga dick or something, and it's just like this. I don't know what's going on here, but this feels racist. Like, I could not believe what I was a part of. I could not. It was horrifying. Like, I'm just like, I was like, can I do reparations right now? Can I sign up for black.gov? Like, I need to get out of this.
You feel like you were performing some kind of like light hate crime
I just felt like
it wasn't
it felt like it was like cultural appropriation, but like I was just witnessing it. Like you had this like young kid who's listening to this like suck a N-word dick or something, and then this black guy's right there like just, I don't know, I felt like I was in like a Whitest Kids You Know sketch that was about to like gone wrong, gone sexual or something. It was terrifying.
So, no one, I mean, did
nobody said anything. We were in utter silence as the song played.
Like, you didn't make any kind of recognition to the other
I wasn't gonna bring it up
or whatever. Well, I'm not even saying anything, but like you guys like ever like look at each other like, oh my god,
like no, because he was like, well, because it was like, I think because I was sitting on the right of the bed, and the client was like sitting on the left of the bed because like it's a motel or whatever, and then then the respite worker was like on the other bed. So like it really would have, I would have really had to like turn my whole body and like look over at him, which would have like there was not really an opportunity to do that because like I'm supposed to be not sucking dick at the game, right? Like I had to to hold myself back.
Not sucking dick.
Not sucking dick, right? Because like the song is telling me to suck an N-word dick, and there's the N-word, right? I should be sucking it, but like I have to reserve myself by not looking at him. Otherwise, if I look at him,
you got the clock.
If I look at him, I'm gonna start sucking. Yeah. So, but yeah, I was using a rocket launcher in the game to try to like give him a chance because the rocket launchers in the game are so bad. They only kill with direct hits, and you can shoot the rockets out of the air.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, Call of Duty rockets are like the worst thing anyone has
I'm sure he was blasting them out of the air immediately.
He did that like once
by accident, maybe.
Yeah, honestly, it was amazing. Like I had to like play so bad to give him a chance. It was kind of funny. So
and he was talking shit before that.
And he was talking that. Yeah. Oh, that was the other part too. Is before the respite worker showed up. Yeah, he was like feeling himself, and he's like talking shit, and he's like, he's like feeling himself, and he's like talking with like a kind of little bit of like a slang. And then the respite worker showed up, the black guy, and then he's just like super stiff and like rigid, and he's like afraid to talk. And I'm just like, damn, there's the real one. You watch here's the guy. He can give you some tips on how to be black. You know, it's kind of like that episode of Chappelle's Show when he takes the white kid and he's like, okay, here's the ghetto, here's your people, go with them, you know, when they do trading spaces. Yeah, that's kind of what I felt like. It was like, oh, here's one of them. Hell, ask him to give you tips.
Yeah, there you go. Like, yeah, get those tips. You clearly are, I don't know, obsessing over this group of people.
Yeah, obsessing over
this culture.
Getting an N-word.
You're appropriating this culture. You're appropriating this culture.
Yeah,
well,
right.
Here's someone to give you permission.
Yeah, that was, I don't know. So anyway, that was my fun experience and story.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
I wish I was there. I wish.
Oh God, it was incredible.
I wish I could witness it. Because it's one of those things where it's just like you need a witness, you know. And fortunately, that guy was there to witness it.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I
So
think he's probably, it's kind of funny. I wonder from his perspective how insane that circumstance was. Because after that weekend, my client went into inpatient from a supposed suicide attempt. I don't believe it was. I believe mom, I think he pretended that it was by ingesting some, she thought it was pills, but I'm pretty sure if it was the bag that I saw, then it was actually just ground up candy canes. But mom is not intelligent and is quick to fly off the handle.
So you think mom assumed it was?
Yeah, because there was another time where mom assumed something that was completely innocuous was like him doing heavy drugs. And when she got done telling me the story, the first thing I asked her was like, so did you ask him why he has it? And she's like, oh, no. And it's like, well, you could have saved both of you a lot of time. Like,
yeah.
Instead of just like immediately assuming that it was the worst thing ever, why don't you just fucking ask him? Like, I don't know. Do you ever try like talking to your kid?
Right.
No, I just instantly start yelling at him.
Never. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Mom isn't the best, but yeah. So he had like, he's in inpatient now until like, I don't know, this Friday or something. So like I imagine that respite provider, he's like, okay, I went over, hung out with these two kids. They're playing like crazy horny black music. And then he attempted to end his life. And it's like, what the fuck?
What if I'm Sudokuing? Yeah.
Yeah. But he's fine. I don't believe he was actually doing that. I think that was just to get mom off his back, because that was like a pattern that he would get into where he's like, oh, mom won't care about me unless I try to like do this kind of thing, because otherwise mom is just crazy.
Kind of, I mean, it's not Munchausen syndrome, but isn't that kind of like
that's it's the creation of borderline personality disorder is what it is, because borderline is like how people see it.
Borderline is such a, I don't get it. I read about it and I get it explained to me every day of my life, and I'm like, I don't. Let
me ask you, who's explaining
it? Google.
Oh, Google. Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was crazy women.
Some like person, yeah, someone who tells me they have it, so clearly they do.
Have I ever tried to explain it to you before?
Yeah, you have. I'm just a dumb when it comes to this stuff.
Fine. Well, remember your gravestone, your tombstone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm living up to my tombstone.
Yeah. I mean, the easiest explanation I have is basically, a borderline personality disorder manifests because somebody experiences some traumatic event, and then when they try to get help for it in childhood and so on, they're invalidated for what they experienced. So rather than people responding in a positive way to like get them help and support, they'll tell them that it's not an issue. They'll deny that they need help and all this kind of like obviously horrible negative shit, right? Mm-hmm. So in response to being invalidated for the trauma, they have to then find other things that they know people around them will care about for them, and then use those to get the care that has been denied them. And then it turns into a personality disorder when, those maladaptive traits kind of like, crystallize into the personality in like adulthood.
So give me an example of like what that kind of looks like, because I mean, the onus makes sense, but then so they're trying to look for things that people will care about them. That's what you're saying.
So an example is there was this one girl. So an easy example is that they will just act, overly emotional and overly hurt by things.
So it makes sense.
Yeah, they'll act overly emotional about things that are their own fault.
Okay.
So, for example, we had this one girl when I worked at the inpatient unit who had borderline, and when it's lunchtime, everyone's got to be like, okay, lunchtime, we're all going to gather in the back day room, and then we're going to walk together, and you're not supposed to like walk on your own. You need to go there with the staff and go up to the food to get food, because it's like outside, it's another building. And she was told about this. I saw her told about this, and she's like, oh, I want to sleep. 5 minutes later, I'm talking to the peer support worker, and then she shows up. She's like, oh, did they go for lunch? And she's acting like, oh, they never told me. Oh, I know, but what am I going to eat? And like, trying to play the victim when it's like, you made the choice to stay here.
Right.
But now you want to go have food.
To you.
You know? And now you're pretending to be the victim because, you're not going to be able to eat, and you're trying to make yourself sympathetic when it's like, you chose to do this. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how it turns into that like manipulative behavior, because she fucking knew. and she chose to
Right.
stay. But then 5 minutes later, oh, I'm hungry now. Now I want to go. Oh my God,
Right.
no, I can't eat. What am I gonna do?
Oh, what the heck, guys?
And
Yeah.
it's like, oh my
Like, why would
God,
you
I'm
do
a
this
victim
to
of my own
me?
choices and consequences. No. Yeah.
Right. How could this happen to me?
Yeah. So like, I mean, the problem with
This always
borderline.
happens to me.
Yeah, the problem with borderline is that 90% of the people in mental health, like direct service care, are like a very emotionally invested people. So they get just fucking walked over for borderline. For borderline, you have to be a fucking strict as nails,
Right.
but compassionate individual,
Right.
which is
It's a
not
hard.
most people that are in the
Yeah.
job. Yeah, so yeah, that's like a light example. I mean, worse examples are like, when the worst example is kind of like the one that I talked about with my client, where it's like he doesn't feel like mom cares about him unless he's making an attempt to take his own life, and then mom will finally show the compassion that he so
Right.
desperately wants. That's a more maladaptive kind of like traditional borderline kind of reaction, I would say. So, yeah, that's the lovely world of borderline.
That's a good world.
It's
It's a world. Yeah.
it's always a thing that reminds me why I like working with kids and not like adults or older folks, because like personality
Right.
disorders in general are just ass. And the reason is because most people with personality disorders are not the people that are frustrated with them. It's usually other people who are like, you need help, and then they're like, well, I guess I'm here because I need help.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
because you think about it, what did that girl get? She got to go get food. There's no problem if you're willing to be shameless, you're gonna get anything that you want in life, you know.
Yeah.
So like for her, there
Yeah.
isn't a problem there. The problem then is in me and maybe in the
Because
peer
everyone's
support.
telling her like you need to fix your shit.
Yeah, but she got to stay in. She got to go up lunch by herself.
Yeah.
She actually, the peer support went to walk. I wasn't gonna fucking walk with her.
Yeah.
The peer support went to walk with her, so like that's nice. But whatever. I have different feeling. Also, I think I had to do rounds on the unit, so I couldn't go. I couldn't be away from the unit. I had to do rounds.
Right. Right. That's
Yeah.
your rationale.
That's my excuse.
Your reasoning. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there was things on the unit to eat too that she could have eaten, but obviously, no. What am I gonna
No,
eat?
please, come on. I'm gonna starve. It's all your fault.
So, is there anything you want to get into? What you got?
I mean, I would have to get my phone. I don't.
Oh,
I
you
don't
don't
know
have
what
your
my
phone?
is.
You don't know where your
No.
phone is?
Well, I think it's in the living room. So I ordered Mexican food
Okay.
earlier today, and they're one of the few places that aren't on like they don't have online delivery, so you actually have to call them.
Oh,
Which
yeah, I know
I
what you're talking
admire
about.
actually.
Yeah, you had to talk to
I'm
somebody.
like, this is cool. So I did that, and so with that, it's no contactless delivery because if I have the option, I'm like, just leave it at the door.
Yeah.
Leave it at the door, ring the doorbell, and I'll grab it like a little goblin.
You'll come out of your hole. There's like a mouse.
I'll
There's like
come
the
out of my
mouse
little
hole.
hole.
Like the
Yeah.
camera is on the door, but then when the
Yep.
food's delivered, the camera actually pans down. There's like a tiny little mouse hole, and then you walk out of that.
Yep. I walk out a little like Stuart Little. I walk a little mouse hole, and
You have your little car,
I just
or are
just
you in the
instead of
second
one
movie? You
that's-
have the plane, maybe.
Ooh,
The second
yeah.
movie, he's got a
Probably-
plane, I think.
He probably gets a boat eventually too. I
True,
think.
he
I
definitely-
think it's one of those like little boats you can like remote control.
Yeah,
you know?
he definitely has a
Ever
boat
see
in one of
those?
the movies.
Yeah.
In my head, there's like 15 Stuart Little movies. There's probably only one.
I think there's 2 or 3.
Hell yeah.
There might be 3.
I think we should
'Cause there-
rebrand to the Stuart Little podcast.
I think we should just watch every Stuart Little
Every Stuart Little movie.
Well, there's
And goon to them.
and well, I mean that's just a given.
We should
I mean,
do
that's
the
a hot
Stuart
rat.
Little. We watch them and then we rank who's the most goonable characters. Goonable characters in the Stuart Little cinematic universe. I'm writing this down right now.
SLCU in the
the
SLCU.
Stuart Little cinematic
Stuart Little
universe.
cinematic
The most, and
universe.
it's the most goonable characters. So it's the MGC, most goonable character.
Have you do you know the content creator Leo Vader?
Yeah, exactly.
He's
Yeah.
good. But have you seen the one that's like Can they understand the cat and start a
Oh,
little?
can they understand the cat?
It's like,
Yeah.
his content's really good.
His
I don't
content's
think
really
he's
good. It's kind of. I don't think he makes too many videos. His live streams are
no. I was
dreadfully
just
boring, though.
oh, they're horrible.
They're
Yeah,
they're
that's funny
unwatchable.
that
It's
you.
like the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's
Well,
amazing.
'cause it's
That's what I hate. I hate when I see like a content creator and then you see them live and it's like all like screen presence and charisma that they have in a video live. It's like there's nothing there.
there's no, yeah. But I mean, with people who are good at like making videos, that kind of makes sense. Like, they're either on or they're off, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
And
there's
with the
like
with the proper editing, they can pick the right takes that have the pizzazz.
totally, yeah. Like I mean,
Um,
one person I think about, I don't know. I've watched a lot of Folding Ideas streams,
yeah,
but he is like a wet noodle live.
really.
Oh yeah, I mean he's not as bad as Leo Vader's just terrible because it's like because the stream is terrible because there's like all these random neighbors talking that are not funny or interesting at all.
Okay, that's funny that yeah. Well, because I
I hate
remember
them.
I watched one. Oh, they're the worst. I mean, random neighbors are the worst.
I hate them.
They I remember there was multiple times I've tuned into his live streams. There, he's playing like the Roblox, like a bunch
Oh
of random
yeah,
people,
it's always the worst game too.
like just so like obscure and yeah, just not entertaining.
I was gonna say something about Folding Ideas, and I don't remember. But we ran into him at the.
He's a wet
Remember?
noodle. Yeah, that's
Yeah, we
I was
ran into
gonna mention
Folding
that.
Ideas
Yeah,
at
yeah.
where did we see him?
Oh yeah, we can talk about this actually. So we went to a baby metal concert.
We're not
which is,
pedophiles, okay?
Which is
There are no babies on stage.
There were no babies, and quite a lack of metal actually, to be perfectly honest. Now that
Yeah,
look
well,
back
they
at
had those
it.
metal detectors. I couldn't bring anything in.
They had the metal detectors. There was, I think, the masks. Some of the masks look kind of metal.
Yeah, they looked a little metallic.
Metallic. Yeah. Not like devil horns metal, but like metallic.
I would say
Um,
I would describe the instrumentation for baby metal as Death Clock if it wasn't dog shit, because I hate Death Clock. I genuinely hate that kind of music. I think it's like unlistenable trash. I'm sorry, Brendan Small, you're my favorite, but
yeah.
I hate Metalocalypse so much.
Well, it's just very. It's like a very hokey version of like
Yeah.
that genre of music.
And I already hate that genre, so for me it's like going up to like I'm my eyes are rolling in the back of my head and I'm having a reverse orgasm of hate because I despise it so much.
So if you despise it, I mean, you haven't listened to like Baby Metal's whole discography. So like,
No, I like baby metal.
just-
They're a good version of that.
yeah, okay. Well, so what was your take on the show itself?
Wow, there was a lot of things going on. When the girl before the scene queen or scream queen or whatever her name was, and she's like, "Oh, they're amazing
Scene
dancers,"
queen,
and I was like, "They dance?" Like
Yeah.
I didn't quite understand. And then even the first,
They were amazing
it wasn't
dancers.
until like the second song where it dawned on me that like, oh, they have like literally interpretive dance for every fucking song,
Every song,
and it's so
yep.
cool.
It's all
Like,
choreographed. It's entirely choreographed.
Like they are
Yeah.
absolutely interpretive dances. They are dances that
Yeah.
are meant to go along with the song. I'm just transfixed, Like if
Yeah.
I wasn't like for the age of consent being 14 before the show, now I am. Because in Japan, the age of consent is 14.
That's what it is in Japan. And just out of curiosity, I did look up because I'm like, how old are the metal girls? Because
I mean, they
was
got to be
wondering,
like actually like mid-20s, right? They seem-
mid-20s, yeah. I'm like, oh god, when's like, when are they gonna have to retire or whatever?
Yeah,
Like,
right?
are they
Like
gonna
it's
get
like
too
one of
old
those
for
like
this?
yeah, exactly. Like see, because I thought it was an
Yeah.
idol. I thought it was an idol kind of thing. I don't like. Do you know like Japanese idol stuff at all?
Maybe.
It's
I
what
mean,
you're
off the
talking
top-
about with like getting retired for being too old. That's what would happen.
Got it.
So like when you say
Like-
like, oh, they're gonna get too old and retired, like that's what happens with the idols because they only like them like really young and all that kind of shit.
Right. Well, I think it's kind of similar with the with like the companies and like the boy bands and girl bands in like
Yeah.
Korea.
Yeah, but I think
Like,
those
isn't-
last a little bit longer than the idols.
They do last a little
Like,
longer?
The idols kind of flare out because I think they get them when they're
They
like
have a longer
16.
shelf life. Holy
Yeah,
hell.
because the only reason I know anything about this is because the Higurashi Well, we
All
watched.
those night the
I think so.
Higurashi.
There's like a few Higurashi live action adaptations. One of them is terrible.
Oh
One of them
God.
is a porn Japanese adult video.
Okay.
And then one of the which
Actually, I
Fauntleroy
have.
has seen at least one picture of because there's a Discord server we're in where the only thing in it is that image. Maybe I deleted that Discord server because it's literally the only post in it is just a fucking scene. Oh, and yeah, it's still here. Oh, there it is right there.
Well, is it in the
Let me.
follower server?
It's.
Yeah, just say something in it.
Let
Just
me
to
ping
ping it
you.
or whatever.
I'm gonna bring this up on the thing. Let me at you really quick. We're
At
the
all-
only
dude,
people in the
At
server.
all.
Let me at you really quick, and then I'm gonna bring this over and show this on the podcast. Sorry, this is really difficult for me to do, folks, because my mouse keeps fucking disappearing.
Oh, you need to have that thing where you can like. There's like a little circle that goes around your mouse.
Oh, that's
Oh,
extra.
is that this one? Oh, that's what that's
Here's
from.
the image. Yeah, this is from. I think it
That's
is
from the
from the
jab.
Japanese.
Oh,
Watch the
that-
jab, and
That
then
makes so much sense. Cause like, yeah, they look like just disheveled humans.
yeah. So I brought it over for a little bit. You have to go peek at it.
Oh, I got it.
Oh man. Or not you, them.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So what the fuck were we talking about?
So we were talking about baby. We
Oh,
talked
Baby
about
Metal,
Baby
yeah.
Metal concert, and then we got to
We were talking about some other shit. Oh yeah,
Idols.
idols and everything. Yeah. So I don't know. What did you think about the concert? I mean, I thought it
Oh
was
my God,
great.
I had the time of my life. I
Yeah, it was
loved
great.
it.
Yeah. The only way it
I've
could have been better is
listening-
if we got there a little earlier, I guess, to get a better spot. Which I
No,
never.
but I feel like where we were wasn't horrible.
Oh, no,
but
not at
yeah,
all.
it would have been nice if we could have even been on like the area that I was thinking, like right on that second tier or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. And every time I go to that venue, it's always like if you show up 30 minutes late, even you can get a spot there. But holy fuck.
It was packed.
We were still in line at 30 minutes after it started.
It was jam
You know,
packed.
so,
or after
yeah.
door open or
Yeah,
whatever.
the door was still open,
Yeah.
and so we would have had to been in line early to get in. But
Yeah.
you know, where we were standing was good because we were standing by Mr. Folding Ideas himself.
Mr. Ideas himself there the whole time. Now you caught a little bit of drama that and I'm usually very
Yeah.
in tune with this kind of
Oh,
stuff. I'm a
yeah.
very nosy person, so I'm sad I didn't catch this. Well, I guess I was so entranced.
Well, you were
in
entranced
watching my
in the hebephilia,
band.
if you will.
yeah.
You know, not pedophile. It's hebephilia, folks. Okay, get it right.
What does that mean?
Oh, you don't know? Oh no.
I don't
So
know what that
pedophilia
means.
is like when you like people who are prepubescent.
Yeah.
Hebephilia is when you like, I think, like 13 to 16-year-olds.
Oh, perfect.
So it's
Yeah.
more culturally appropriate, okay?
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
pedophile, it's hebephilia, folks,
Yeah,
okay?
we need to split hairs on this.
Yeah, okay. No, we don't condone any of that. This is a joke for YouTube, a conspiratorial
That's a
algorithm
Barley.
search.
That's a Barley.
That's a
tag.
Barley
That's a Barley
thing.
Fauntleroy. tag,
Fauntleroy and Barley love hebephilia, but
They're
but
all-
us,
they know
we
all
don't
the-
like that.
All that stuff. Yeah, we're entirely not about it.
So yeah, I did see a little bit of drama going on. So first thing I want to say, I got shadow banned from Mr. Folding Ideas YouTube channel himself because, you know, after the songs, you know, you clap your hands, you're like, oh my God, good job playing the song. And
Yeah.
I was clapping my hands. And Mr. Folding Ideas in real life, he's a little short. So when I was clapping my hands, it was like right next to his like
Like
Mr. Folding
right
Ideas
this
head ear, and he kind of turned and he's like, "Roar," you know, like
Oh, did he
what's-"
make a face? Did he?
Yeah, he
do
like
a
turned and made a
little-
face at my clapping.
No way.
So he
The
was a
fuck
little.
is like, oh, fuck yourself holding ideas.
Yeah, the fact that he didn't like clapping at a concert, like what are you
Yeah,
there for? So
you nerd.
so then I
Well,
saw him.
apparently he was there for someone else.
Yeah, he was there for someone else. So there was some after the opener, there was some girl that talked to him, and then she went to go get some drinks, and then she went up ahead, and then I saw him. He pulled out his phone, and she was texting him, and she's like, I think about moving. I'm next to this guy, and he's getting kind of really close and uncomfortable, and I don't like it. And then Mr. Folding Ideas for the first like 30 minutes of the Baby Metal is just anxiously and awkwardly looking over at this girl that he came to the show with, who's like literally not standing next to him because like she wants to like go off and be next to this dangerous man apparently, but then text about how he's a dangerous man, and then like be somewhere else. And Mr. Folding Ideas is just awkwardly standing somewhere else, like looking over, like, oh, maybe I should do something.
Imagine being such a person.
I don't
that would be in
know.
this situation.
I could not imagine. Like, it makes me want to
Classic.
fucking die. Like, that's what when
Classic.
like
Go ahead.
when I get those like insights into people's lives, like this is how you
Yeah.
live. Like
Yeah.
this is a relationship that you like are fostering and
Right.
caring about, and like
Right.
it's just like I don't know.
God damn, brother.
Like I'm not saying my friendships are the best, but I am, obviously.
You're implying it. You're not saying it, you're implying
yeah, we're
it.
not saying that I'm the best human that's ever lived.
It's just a given.
It's just implied.
People should understand that at this point.
You know? It's kind of like what I'm wearing, bride is implied, okay? If you've seen actually I don't know what the name of the musical is anymore. What's that Legally Blonde.
Got it.
If you've seen the opener for Legally Blonde, you will know by what I'm wearing that bride is implied, okay?
And you mean
I don't
bride
want to
or
wear
bride?
something that's just going to make him come right out and say it. I'm not begging for it.
Not asking for
You
it,
know?
yeah. But
God,
what you're
the
wearing.
opener to the Legally Blonde is like 10 out of 10. It's so fucking good. I still think about it to this day. I saw it like literally 10 years ago.
What was it like a touring Broadway or was it like a local production?
No, I
Like
just
local,
saw
I'd
I just
imagine.
saw a YouTube video
Got it.
in my theater
so
class.
was it a local production or was it a Broadway production?
It was the official like Broadway production.
Mm.
It was because if you remember,
That's cool.
MTV did like a thing to be like L. They had like a competition,
so,
but they
yeah.
went with somebody, a professional anyway.
Got it.
So the whole competition was a sham.
Assholes. It was rigged.
Yeah, but
It was a rigged election.
but because it was like a reality competition show, they actually recorded a good recording of it live, even in an era when they didn't really do that much.
Right.
So there's a pretty good like old recording of it on YouTube, and yeah,
I might
it's
have
phenomenal.
Seen, yeah, I think I might have seen, if not that an exact recording.
Yeah, it has some cool tricks in it too, where like a girl is like sliding down like a fireman's pole, and she's like in like I just got out of the shower clothing, and then as she slides down, I don't know, they do something where they probably like rip off the robe, rip off the hat, and everything. And when she gets to the bottom, she's in like a kind of like a cheerleader outfit.
Yeah.
And it's done so fast, and it's just there's a lot of really cool like tricks. Like they put out all the shit for the opener, so it's just great.
Well, that's in the opener.
That's just the opener.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. So, was there anything else we want to go over for Baby Metal?
Well, I thought it was.
Oh, there's one thing we could talk about.
What's the thing that you're thinking?
I'm thinking about how the merch line was really long, and then Fontleroy showed up at some point. And he had this idea. What did Fontleroy do?
He made us do this.
Yeah, I felt really uncomfortable when Fontleroy made us do this. Why don't you tell us what Fontleroy made us do?
So the line did the thing where it curved right
it was snaking around.
It snaked around, but it like went from one side of the room to all the way to the other, and then
back again.
And then back again. So like they're right next to each other, right? So it's like you're like looking past. You're like, it's like two cars in like the same. Like in separate lanes, like you're right next to each other in line. So we're kind of following the line as it's going, like following it backwards as it's going, and like we get to like kind of the middle of like the second loop or whatever, and I'm like, Fontleroy noticed that there was.
Maybe Fontleroy is who's talking right now. Actually,
I think so. I think this is Fontleroy. We sound pretty indistinguishable from each other. So it's really
you guys are
hard
twins
to tell the difference. More so sometimes we like to think.
Yeah.
So I noticed there was kind of like a gap because there were they looking at their phone or something or like. There was just some kind of gap in line. Like
there was a little gap, and I think the guy was just staring at the ceiling.
Yeah, he was just kind of like looking around or something.
He looked kind of glum. He had his hands in his pockets.
Oh, I do remember that now. Yeah. So I was like, "God, this is fine." So we just went in the middle of the line
of the gap, and just like, this is our place. Yeah.
No one said. Yeah, I just acted like, "Yep, we've been here the whole time," and no one acted or no one said anything. Or
there's one part of the story you're forgetting that really made me feel awkward. which is like right before we got in the gap, you asked the guy who we like got behind basically, is this the merch line? And he's like, oh yeah, it's going down, it goes down that way. And then you're like, oh okay, and then you got it, and the guy behind us, he definitely was aware. Like,
Oh, did he? Was he really?
Yeah, I was looking back at him and like looking at him my peripheral vision, and I'm just like, this guy's gonna fucking kill us. Like,
I did not catch that at all.
Oh, dude, I was so nervous because I was like looking at you, and I'm like looking at him.
Incredible.
I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna die tonight. Oops. This guy's gonna kill me. And because he was like a short king too, like, so he had that manlet rage, you know.
Oh, totally.
Because he was like a head taller than, or a head shorter than me.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh, oops. Sorry, short king. Well, thanks for letting us do that.
So we NTR'd like 1/4 of the merch line.
I think it was like a 1/4. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it wasn't like we didn't cut like super far into it. So.
Fontleroy didn't cut super far into it.
Well, I mean, but we followed him, so we did too.
True. I was going along. I felt obligated.
You really tried to offset it, but no, we are. You know, we were accomplices in that crime.
Well, do you remember how you justified it, Fontleroy?
No, I don't.
You don't remember? Oh my god, you were like, I mean, Fontleroy was like, yeah, you know, you were like, I keep saying, Fontleroy told me, yeah, I have a good enough karma that it's okay that I do this right now because my karma is good enough.
I've done enough good things in the world. I can take a fucking pushing into
You can take some negative karma.
That's awesome.
You can blacken your soul a little bit. The yin and yang, it's white and black. You got to get that black.
Totally. It's all gray. Yeah, well, it was funny because then after I got my merch, you were like, "Damn it! I thought you're the goody or something."
Oh yeah, I was like, I can't believe that we did say like what? Like, holy shit.
Well, it's a small thing, like.
It's not a big deal.
It's like it's punching in a lion. Like, it's not like I'm fucking taking someone's heart before they need it.
It's not like you're doing like a fake charity or some like horrible shit.
Yeah, it's a very minute thing, but it is. I do try to hold myself to like a pretty high like moral standard. So it is kind of funny to see the places where I like bend the rules or just kind of don't care.
You know what? Don't cow to the woke mob. Mm-hmm. You know, the woke mob is going to try to cancel Fontleroy. Don't let them.
Yep.
I like the idea.
We are rugged individuals.
I like the idea that you can do enough good things to get away with doing some
offset.
To offset. Like, my karma's been pretty good. I've been doing some good karma lately.
It's a scale. It's all a cosmic scale. And
you moved a little bit back, but it's okay. You're still on the good side of things.
Yeah, it added 2 grains of sand compared to the just kilograms upon kilograms
the gold
of
bars
good that I do.
Good.
Yeah.
The gold bars of good. Absolutely.
Was the last pod where we talked about gold, or was that?
I think that was just literally us talking about.
Okay.
Gold and silver or some fucking shit. I don't even remember.
I think so. Yeah, I do remember that.
I've had like it's only been 2 days since Saturday, so I can't say I've had 3 emotional breakdowns since then, but I've had at least 2 emotional breakdowns since then, so my memory is not very good.
Got it.
Gonna be honest.
Yeah, so we're kind of in a similar boat. I don't know. I've just been very like lately too, so I get that.
Yeah, I have actually some direct. I could talk about that a little bit. I had like an experience I haven't told you yet.
Okay.
It's a little serious though, but it's not frightening. Actually, I don't know. Have you? Don't say what it is, but have you followed the news lately for Madison?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you already know. Okay, great. So let me start with this, and then we can go into that.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna ask you about that. I didn't know if that would be like.
It was pretty close to home, let me tell you.
Yeah.
So I'll start with the other story, then we'll start with this one.
Okay.
Last week, once a week, I go down to a really rural school in southern Wisconsin, and I do therapy there. And the school is K through 12. So it's from kindergarten. Actually, I think it even has preschool all the way up to high school. So, because it's a small town. And I meet with this client. I think he's the second to last client I see in the day. And this client, just to kind of give you an idea of like what kind of face to put there, he has the disposition of Squidward. So, you know, like how Squidward hates going to work and he's a miserable adult? That's basically this kid already.
Got it.
Like, capitalism has already destroyed this kid. Like, he has black rows under his eyes.
Oh my god, as a child.
He literally he kind of looks like Squidward. And he talks like him. He has a nasal. Yeah. So, anyway, I'm sitting here with this kid, and I see a cop car pull up. Now, a cop car at a school, not a big deal. Happens all the time.
Right.
Whatever. And then I hear over the intercom, we're going on soft lockdown. And I'm like, okay.
Uh-oh.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm sure everything's fine. Now, in my head, I know there's a problem because they didn't tell me that they're doing a drill today. So I know this is real. Right. But I'm not about to tell the kid that there's any reason to panic. So I get up and I lock the door. So where I am, I would go out the door and I would go down the hall, and then I would exit the building on the right, and across the hall or across where we are is where the first graders are. So like if anyone is in the school with a weapon, they're probably not where we are, because it's the elementary school kids, then the middle school kids, and then the high school kids, and then the high school kids are the furthest way. So if anyone has a gun, it's probably a high school kid, and he's probably at the other end of the building. Right. So if I need to get out with this kid, I can. So anyway, they say the soft lockdown. I get up and I lock the door. If need be, I could get this kid out the window. I don't think I would be able to get out the window, but so like I lock the door and I'm just like, we're kind of going along, and just like, oh yeah, I'm sure everything's fine, and then we're just and we're doing like some little activity or something. I kind of forget. And then I see another cop car circle around the other end of the building, and then it hits me, and I'm looking at this kid. And I am like whatever I'm doing fine. I'm keeping him fine. But in my head, I'm just like, look at this kid. I'm like,
you're freaking out.
I'm like, I'm gonna have to die for this kid today.
It's over.
Like I'm gonna fucking be a body bag for this fucking Squidward kid today. You know, like I'm
Squidward kid of all people. Yeah.
You know, like I actually like him a lot, but yeah, he really does seem like an unhappy person. It's really sad.
But it's just a funny juxtaposition.
Yeah, it really is. Like this person who probably doesn't even. He does care about his own life, but it's just, you know, that kind of just that melancholic disposition, you know, that misanthropic.
Maybe that would be what he needs to turn his life around.
Yeah, he needs me full of bullets, shielding him to turn his life around. So that was what was going on in my head. The soft lockdown, but they did say like everyone stay in classrooms and blah 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 whatever. And then the soft lockdown cleared after like 10 minutes, and then we were kind of talking about like. Then we talked a little bit about like, you know, like school shootings and school violence a little bit. And then he went back to class and everything was fine. Fast forward to this fucking week. There was an actual, I mean, you probably know in the news, I live in Madison, Wisconsin. So there was an actual school shooting at a Christian private school.
Oh, so that lockdown. So I thought that soft lockdown was that same day where they're like,
this was a week earlier.
Got it.
Actually, if you want to actually kind of like get chills a little bit, last week, so we have a school-based mental health supervision. Ironically, the supervisor wasn't there, so it was like literally just the people that do school therapy at my agency were there, and we were all chatting. And I brought up the lockdown that I went through, and just like kind of like, like I'm looking at this kid, I'm like, I'm gonna have to die for this fucking kid today. Like, what the fuck, you know? Like this is kind of scary. And like, it was just like, oh yeah, like you know, it was just kind of like, I mean, I didn't feel like it was like brushed off because like or anything, but it was just like, oh yeah, you know, like
they just kind of didn't know how to approach it. Maybe
it was just kind of like whatever. I mean, I wasn't making a big deal. I wasn't making a big deal either or anything like that. So it was like whatever. But then, fast forward this fucking week, and it's like an actual school shooting happened at fucking a Christian private school.
A Christian school,
and it's in Monona, and like how I found out about this, I'm on my phone. I'm fucking down in Janesville because I'm in Janesville on Mondays, and I'm looking at it. And I see in the Madison subreddit that there was a school shooting at this school, and I see the name, and I don't think, because I have a client that goes to a private Christian school, and I'm like reading the name, and I'm like, I don't think it's the same name. I'm pretty sure, because I'm pretty sure I know where he goes. I'm pretty sure I know the name. And then I look up and I see like the Wikipedia was already updated with the 2024 school shooting at this school. But I look at the school and I see that school is K through 12. And I know my client's school is like K through like maybe 7th grade. But like, even though I know that, it trips something in my brain where like a kind of like parental concern. Because like I've been working with this kid for like a little over a year, and I'm gonna be honest, this is my favorite client. He's the best, and I love him. And if anything ever happens to him, I'm gonna kill everyone on this planet. This is Borly talking, and this is a joke.
Comment. Yeah.
Okay, YouTube. But if anything ever
They're
happens to
they're
my
gonna hate that
client,
one. Yeah.
I'm gonna kill everyone on this planet and then myself. Because
Oh my
humanity
God.
doesn't deserve to live if this child dies.
Yep,
Okay?
it's a zero-sum game.
You
Okay.
know, nobody is as valuable. Okay. Anyway, that was Barley. He's gone now. I'm back. We don't condone that. We
Well,
don't
going back to
condone
like
murder.
outweighing, like
Yeah.
you'd have to eradicate everyone to make up
To
for
make
it
up for the loss.
somehow.
To
Somehow it
get
makes
my
sense.
feelings let my feelings out.
Yeah, to
Really.
get yes, equal to return to homeostasis.
Yeah, I needed to return to homeostasis because
Soul
I
homeostasis.
couldn't even stop myself. I was just kept crying. Like I'm just
Really?
sitting there reading the news. I couldn't stop
Yeah.
myself. Like even
Yeah, it
though
was
in my head
really
I know
chilling to watch. Yeah.
it's not, but it's like it's not his school, right? But it's
Right.
just like the idea.
But it's like very
like,
close.
Yeah, when it's so weird how like it's so
Yeah.
close to home where it's because like mind you
Yeah.
also it was like so it was a school in Monona, and Monona has 3 Christian private schools.
Hmm.
And so it was like even closer than like just being in the Madison area. There's a ton of fucking schools in Madison. There's a lot of private
Okay.
schools in Madison. But like Monona is like a little city that's like a pocket in Madison.
Got it.
And so like it was even closer than anything else. Like it could not be like the triangle of schools of these 3 private schools. Like holy shit. So man, that I don't know. It just like I was overcome. I couldn't handle it. I was just like I couldn't stop thinking, even though like rationally I know it's not his school. And I even went and so like this is a transfer case, so like I don't have like the referral or everything to see like what school, because like on the referral would have that information. So I'm just like, wait, how can I like more fact check this just to like kind of calm myself down? And then like I find like the former clinician's like initial assessment, and then it's like, okay, yeah, I see, okay, yeah, it's that school, okay, yeah, perfect, okay, good. Like, but it's just like I just couldn't get that thought out of my head about it being him, or just like it just happening to those students. Like I don't know, it's just like yeah, just being so close.
It's more personal
you
or
know?
whatever.
Yeah, it really fucked me up.
Yeah.
It's just came out of nowhere.
Right.
You know,
Just
both
kind
for
of
me,
bubbled up, as it were. Yeah.
Yeah, so. But yeah, I guess it's like a 15-year-old girl who had a manifesto where she wanted to exterminate all men.
No way. I was gonna ask so my knowledge was, I saw like maybe on YouTube or whatever, like breaking news, this happened in Madison, and then I saw they did like a press release, like the compulsory press release, and it was like there's some person talking, then like the chief of police for Milwaukee or some shit. They're asking him all these questions, like
kind
of similar to that, like looking for motive and stuff, and it's
they were really low to like kind of give information because like there was a lot of random shit going on. They were going like 5 dead, 5 injured, but I think it was just 3 dead, a teacher, a student, and then the shooter. She took her own life apparently.
Yeah, I heard that she took her own life. Yeah,
fucking
I knew that, or they took their own life. Literally, yeah.
And yeah, she has this manifesto where she's like writing about. She had a boyfriend apparently too.
But she hates men.
But she hates men. She thinks that they have to exterminate all men. She's literally.
Well, I guess
she's an extreme second wave feminist where she thinks the only way women will be liberated is if we kill all men. Except I think second wave feminism, the extreme second wave feminism was until women are separated from childbirth, then women will not be free. So it's kind of similar in that like you need to have somebody who isn't putting this like obligation on you of like a gendered role in society that isn't like a biological imperative, essentially, you know?
Is that just kind of like a philosophical way of saying it's impossible then?
I don't think so, because like there were.
How do you take that away from?
Well, I mean,
yeah, I know
Brave
you get rid of woman as a concept. Woman and man as a concept.
No, you just have machines that gestate and birth children.
It's fucking wild, I guess.
I mean, Brave New World literally
Brave New World,
that book was written in like 1926. So like,
yeah, but I mean,
so like this was an idea that they were kind of
fantasy. Yeah.
Well, that's what that's what the argument was, is that like we need to. There is no attempt to
like
even
there's
solve this problem because there is no
they're
research
arguing.
into like external gestation of human children.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You
It's
know?
impossible. Yeah.
Well, no, it's. I don't
But
think
they're
it's
saying
impossible. I
that
mean, we can clone animals. Why couldn't you just like gestate a child in an external womb, right? Your favorite game does that. Death Stranding. You know?
no, that's not how they do it.
They have a
They
baby
take,
in a little thing and he's carrying it around. He's Mpreg.
yeah, they take them away from their mother to
Well,
put
they're
them in.
not.
They're
They don't
bridge
take the womb out.
babies.
They got a whole
They're
separate
bridge
womb.
babies.
They're
They're kept as, yeah. I mean, if you got to get into the deep lore of Death Stranding,
I don't want to get into
they're
deep
like-
lore of Death Stranding.
No.
I've already watched
I love
and
that
video
game,
about
man.
it, and I was so fucking lost. Like,
It's well, because it's a very lost game. I mean, it's like it's not.
it should be lost media.
It's very convoluted.
All I know is that it's Mario
There's a
and
lot of
Princess
symbolism
Beach or
and-
some shit, and then they go running down the beach, and my eyes rolled in the back of my head.
Oh, dude, there's so many moments of that, where like, yeah, she literally says like something about like, I'm Princess Peach and this is the wrong castle or some shit.
Holy
like, oh my
shit.
god,
That's-
shut up.
That's giga cringe.
So cringe. But then there are then there's like funny moments where, cause well, the whole kind of running joke, I guess you could say, is that like it's very self-aware that it's a video game, in
Oh,
like
cool.
good ways and bad ways. you
Yeah,
know?
there were some parts that I thought were actually kind of impressive and cool. I watched like a Joseph
very mixed
Anderson
bag.
highlight, but yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone could take the story seriously.
No, absolutely not. I think the
seemed
more
like
you
it
try to
was-
take it seriously,
yeah.
the worse off you are.
Yeah, you would probably be miserable.
But then there's throughout the game, people put up structures. It's kind of like Dark Souls multiplayer, where
Oh.
if someone builds a structure, you're in kind of like a pool with other people, and then you'll see what are called like online structures. So it'll be like if someone built a bridge somewhere, like you can use the bridge that someone else built. You're not gonna see the person that did it, but there's like every structure has like a little like a kiosk part to it or whatever that you can go to, and like you can, if you hit the back button, it's like you can like it. So if you spam it, you can give it a bunch of likes.
Oh, you can give it multiple?
You can give it multiple.
Oh,
So like
that's
they're
awesome.
so you can, so if you so say for example you're in the middle of like of a really like grueling mission, and someone put down like a generator, and you're like almost out of battery, and it's like, holy shit, this was the best generator of my life. You can just sit there. It's a time window once you hit the first like, so you can't just infinitely like something. It's like
Oh,
within
but
a
if you like,
time frame. Yep.
you hit like
Yep.
you hit like your macro key, and you just send
Literally.
1,000 likes in like the
Yep.
1 second window.
Yep, and then someone will see
That's
that
awesome.
like
Their computer
someone-
explodes from
if
notifications.
someone liked their structure. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. But then so during a cutscene, there's one character, his name is Hartman,
Mm-hmm.
and as he's like it's just an exposition dump. It's a total exposition dump.
Is that every scene?
Just about. Yeah. Yeah, just about. But this one is like really egregious. But as he's explaining it, like Sam, the character you're playing, who's like a boomer, I think he's like a boomer dad, is kind of like the running meme. But he'll kind of chime in like, oh, so it's like this, and then Harvey will be like, yep, that's right. Then he'll do a thumbs up, and then it'll like give you like 10 likes or whatever. And then because
Oh.
it makes it, there's a very specific sound that the likes does, and then it's like that sound plays, and he does a thumbs up, and like Hartman is literally giving you, the character,
You're the player
you and
likes.
the player likes,
Wow.
yeah. Then your likes goes up or whatever, but it's, I don't know. It's like things like that I like about the game. I like a lot of the little
That's really cool.
minutia to it.
It's like you can have a more. It's like I get what you're saying about like the messages from Dark Souls, but in this game it's like the structures, and then you can
yeah.
like them or
And they can
not
put
like
signs
them,
up too,
and like little things, and like, oh man,
Yeah.
like I gotta get past this river. Oh, somebody put like a shitty
bridge.
scaffold bridge made of ladders or something.
Or a
you know?
ladder. Yeah, you can just put a straight up
Yeah.
ladder across
Yeah.
water is the common one.
That's kind of
yeah.
adorable, actually.
Yeah, and then there are ones that are like, like motivational, where it's like keep on keeping on. Like you run past it, and then it gives you a like, and it gives you like some stamina back,
Oh, that's amazing.
and like little things like that. Yeah, and if people like your stuff, you'll get like stamina back. So like it could happen where like I said, you're in the middle of like a grueling delivery, and like someone randomly likes one of your structures, and you get a couple likes, and then you get like more stamina, energy, your stamina back.
So it's kind of like
But
when you're in the
little things
marathon and
like
you're running
that.
past
It's
people and they're giving you the
yeah,
cups
they're all
of
cheering you
water
on.
and you're
Yeah,
like slapping
yeah.
hands and stuff. So it's like that.
Yeah, it's
That's
literally like
awesome.
that. Yeah, yeah.
That's amazing.
It's a really great game. I like it.
More games should have unique player interaction like that. I love that.
Well, that's the thing. Like you never see another person, but you're seeing
Yeah,
like
it's like the ghost interaction, you know?
yeah, yeah.
I have, I don't know, you got anything you want to bring up?
Not that I can think of. No.
Okay, I have a story. I haven't actually told this story to anyone. It's not that it's like a secret. It's just
Ooh,
like I haven't ever told anyone because
scandalous.
it's like, it's kind of a hard story to tell.
This one
So
from the vault.
this is when I was in undergrad and I was in a intro to speech class. And the teacher was cool. He was a big fat guy. He was also taught my intro to theater class. So
Oh, I know that guy.
he was a cool guy
Mhm.
because he was like, hey, we're just doing speech. Everyone here sucks. You know, we're all going to be kind and supportive. So it was the
Mhm.
total opposite of the speech teacher from fucking high school who
I
failed
hated
me.
him.
And that guy fucking hated me.
Same, man.
That guy
Yeah.
hated me.
He hated free spirits, is
He
what it
hated,
was.
yeah, he really did.
Like unironically. Yeah.
Yeah, and I wasn't about to be. I'm Alpha blah 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 from Wicked. You know,
Uh-huh.
no. I almost said Wigger. No Wigger in all of us is gonna hold me down. Anyway,
Yep. Yep.
so we're in intro to speech class, and you have to give a like. I don't even know what this. I think you had to do like a. It was like a best man. It was like the best man kind of speech. So you have to like eulogize somebody or like
Commemorative
whatever.
speech maybe or something.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess I'll add some levity. My speech was about how one of my classmates, Dustin, so loved his truck that he married his truck, and it was me. I buried the lead a little bit. So like
Yeah.
I basically kind of say how I'm so glad here we're gathered for Dustin and then
Yeah.
his truck. And then I eventually reveal how, you know, I came out one day and I saw Dustin knee deep in the mud,
Oh my
pants down
God.
his ankles,
Oh
hog
God.
deep in his truck.
Holy hell.
And that's what I said in class.
Log deep. Yeah, naturally.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
basically I gave a best
Yeah.
man speech for him marrying his truck and catching him fucking his
And the
truck.
time that you caught him, yeah,
Yeah, so and
just
that was
balls deep in the tailpipe.
exactly. So everyone was given like funny speeches, and I have this one classmate who he was somebody who I became friends with pretty early on when I got
Mhm.
an undergrad. He was a bit of a strange fellow. I'm going to give you this information to kind of understand. He started getting more into weed, and then he started getting more into drugs, and he kind of just, after he was supposed to, it was a 2 year school, so you have to transfer somewhere if you
Mhm.
want to get a degree that's not an associate's.
Mhm.
But he didn't do anything. Like he just kind of wanted to keep going to school there. And then I think he just like ended up getting too much into substance use. I have no idea where he
Yeah.
is now. I haven't seen him on Steam, but this guy was like
No,
really
no.
annoying. He was really pushy. He invited me into his friend group, and we're all talking on like it wasn't I think it was like fucking. I think it was like fucking
Brillo.
TeamSpeak or something.
Oh
It
hell
was actually
yeah.
like TeamSpeak or
It
maybe
was
Skype. I don't even remember.
probably
But
of the
because
era, yeah.
this was 2014, mind you.
Yeah.
And then after that group, he starts telling me about every person. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm in love with this girl, and I don't like
Oh my
that guy, and all
God.
this shit." I'm just like, "Dude, this is too
Dude,
much. Like,
yeah.
we are not
Yeah.
this good of friends to tell me this
Yeah.
shit."
Yeah.
So this dude is like, he's over like sharing. He's just weird. He's a little bigger of a
Mhm.
guy. He's really pushy. Like he would constantly bully me to buy fucking games to play with him. And then
Oh my
playing with him
God.
was the worst experience ever. I just gotta tell this one story. We would
Yeah.
play Rome Total War together, and the entire fucking game, he's begging me to give him money constantly. And then at the
Brother.
we play together, and his economy is constantly in shambles.
Yeah.
And then one time, I'm studying for exams with another friend, and he shows up and to talk about how we played Rome
Oh
Total War, and
no.
he was bragging about how he owned all of Africa. And then he like points to me and he's like, "Oh yeah, you had like a little bit too." And it's like, dude, I literally had to pay you money, so much money, the whole fucking game,
Yeah.
because you're too stupid to balance food and income, you fucking moron. Like,
Might happen in real life
like
too.
he was, yeah, but honestly, because he was fat and
With
stupid.
drugs, yeah.
Yeah, and also, so he would do this thing that was so fucking annoying, where he would buy sugar cookies and then walk around the school and give them to people, which was
Oh
like,
wow.
that sounds
He's
fine.
ingratiating himself.
Yeah, but he would only did it as an in to like try to like. I mean, he didn't. I don't think he like discriminated. Like he would give a cookie to anybody, but like he was
Yeah.
really just using that as like an in to like talk to girls and stuff. It just was like very
Right.
kind of like pathetic. Another time
Yeah.
was when we were seeing one of the musical plays at school that was put on. Me and like a bunch of other like guys there and the girl I was dating at the time are all like in a circle kind of chatting because it's like intermission, and he's like going around and touching all the guys' butts.
I've never understood that kind of like physicality people
Yeah.
have.
Like, and it was like,
Maybe I
it
don't
wasn't even
know.
like a kind of physicality because it was like, I think he had said, like, what if I touched everyone's butt here right now? And somebody was like, oh, yeah, sure, bro. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll do it. Then he
And he
starts
just
touching
did
everyone's
it.
butt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was just
Weird
like,
guy.
dude, like, no. And it was, everyone was just quiet. And it's like, dude, you're so fucking weird. Like,
Yeah.
if you ever felt like, oh, it's that guy, this is him.
He's
He's
that
got
guy.
huge
Yeah.
that guy vibes.
Yep.
So now I continue with the actual story. So we're in speech class. We're doing eulogies. We're doing best man speeches. Just any kind of like congratulatory special occasion speech.
Yeah.
He is giving a speech about his mom dying. And
Oh
he's
God.
saying how, you were a funny person and all this kind of stuff. And then he tells the story about how, she had like a heart attack or something happened. She went to the hospital and then she came back home and bumped her head and then died. And everyone is laughing at this.
Right. That's what I was gonna ask if he's doing it for laughs, like if he's doing it for laughs, or if this is like trying to be genuine.
So his mom is actually dead.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't meant to be a funny speech.
Yeah.
And people weren't meant to laugh.
Yeah.
And so, but everyone is thinking that he's being joking about it.
Right.
And it's not how
Right.
he's saying it as funny at all. But it's one of these things that's like
of
the
person that
story
he
is so
is.
ridiculous nobody can believe
Oh.
that he's being earnest. So when
Oh, no.
when he gets done telling the speech
Holy
and everyone is laughing, he kind of like looks down and
Oh my
kind of he takes his
God.
paper and like does a little like kind of little flourish twirl with it or something, and he's like, my mom is actually dead. And nobody heard him but me. Everyone's laughing their ass off still.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm the only one that knows his mom is actually dead. Because I mean, I could just tell because like I can just read between the
You
lines.
read it,
Like
yeah.
he's not a
Yeah.
hard person to read. But everyone else is laughing.
Oh my God.
So it was the most
So
surreal experience.
did he turn into jokester after that?
That's probably what led him to the drug addiction.
That's probably he had needed some kind of
He
escape.
needed to escape because everyone's laughing at his dead mom story. Now, I have to tell everyone, listeners of the podcast, friends at home, this is not a pitiable person. Do not feel bad for him. He is a piece of shit. I think he went on to do some pretty bad stuff.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we don't have to get into it, but because the things that you're telling me, he's just like kind of a dummy. But like,
he's
now to say a piece
he's a
of
little
shit, I
socially
don't know.
manipulative. I mean, no, he like went on to go
Okay.
do some bad stuff and like
Right,
shit.
right, right.
Like I haven't kept in contact with him. He's a weirdo.
Yeah,
So, but yeah, I mean,
But he was
as people that get
manipulative,
involved
you're
with drugs
saying.
tend to do.
yeah, as we do.
But yeah, I don't know. So, there's one other story I have from that school as well that's kind of insane. I was watching. I had like a serial killers class, and we would watch movies, and we were watching Cruisin' with Al Pacino, which is a movie about Al Pacino going undercover to gay bars to investigate a homosexual killer who's killing gay men, and they need a man inside.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, inside somebody's ass. So
There
there's a
must be.
scene where Al Pacino, he kind of gets all of his like gay gear on and he goes to a bar and there is a man strung up by his hands and ankles upside down, or like his hands and ankles are above him and he's like strung up that way in some contraption where he is getting anally fisted in the movie.
Oh my God.
So now we're all adults here.
Yep.
We can handle it.
Yep.
One problem. One of my
Uh-oh.
female classmates couldn't get a babysitter. So to
Wait,
my
you were
left,
telling me about this.
to my left is like a 6-year-old boy watching Curious George on an iPad.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he has
he's on
headphones in.
iPad.
So I'm looking at the screen and I'm seeing anal fisting. And then I look to my left and I'm looking at this boy watching Curious George. And I'm just like, don't look at the screen.
Don't look up.
The
Do not
mom,
look. It's
the mom never turned around once. She
To,
had
like-
no
to, like,
concerns. To,
look
like,
if the kid was looking.
yeah.
Oh my god.
God,
Uh,
that was the most surreal experience I had with that fucking movie.
We really need to get on this people born out of pipes technology, because most people just shouldn't have children. That's gonna
Yeah.
take a mind for a long time, and you know, if we can get to that point, I'm all for it.
That was a time where iPad Kid saved lives.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the one exception.
God.
Look up the cruising movie and tell me if under the cast if anyone looks familiar. And you don't have to like go through all of them. They're in that
Oh, you mean like
initial.
IMDb?
If you just Google it. If you just Google cruising
Okay.
movie. You might get it, you might not,
Let me
but
see. On IMDb? Because I'm not getting it on.
it's
Okay, I see. I mean,
First.
Al Pacino,
I
Paul
literally
Sorvino,
just-
Karen Allen. Which
Yeah.
one is it supposed to be? There's like,
oh,
what the
well,
fuck
okay,
is
maybe-
this? Jesus
I just-
Christ,
I
this link
Googled-
is
I just
insane.
copy
This is gonna give me
pasted
10
Google.
viruses.
copy and pasted the
What
Google
the fuck
search.
is that? That was insane. That was oh, I
This is
see right
apparently
here.
This is apparently what a Google search looks like when you copy paste.
Wait, who's this Joe Spinelli? And why do they
I
look
don't
like
know,
a?
but his,
What is
this
that
picture
image?
looks like a doll or something.
This picture looks like a fucking
Oh my god!
abstract
You click
art.
the picture, it looks even more terrifying.
It looks like abstract art. What the fuck?
I think it is. It's
me-
probably like some kind of indie movie or some
Let
shit.
me pull this over quick so if the friends at home can see. We have a Joe Spinelli here with fucking the strangest picture I've ever seen.
Oh, they have.
He looks like King
Ed
Cobra
O'Neill's in
JFS.
this movie. Well, this movie has a lot of big names actually.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I mean it's
like
a
little
it's a
big
movie by.
names.
I mean, did you look at the director?
No, but I assume it's.
He
what's
directed
his-
Exorcist. He's a very
Got
accomplished
it.
director.
Got it.
William Friedkin. He's freaking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh
that-
yes.
What a guy. This is an
No,
incredible
Paul.
movie.
So Paul Sorvino.
Oh yeah, what's he?
um,
Well, who is he in the movie? Oh, he's the captain guy. Oh yeah, I
He
remember him.
he was in Repo the Genetic Opera.
Oh yeah, he plays the fat guy who gives the money
Yeah.
away. Oh my god,
He's really he really. I've been
what a guy!
I forgot like what kind of got me into it. I think actually the YouTube algorithm. I think just one of the songs came up in it, and then it's like, oh, you like this.
He's got
and
the
it's
song
like,
about gold.
gold.
Gold makes the world go round.
Makes the world go round. Yeah, and I want to say because I watched like all there's like two audio commentaries.
Oh, you
there's, like-
mentioned these. I've yet to watch them. I should
Oh,
check
it's
them out.
they're really good. Yeah, if you have the DVD, definitely, or if you can just find access to it. But well, there's one. Yeah, there's one where they make fun of Shylock or the Alexa Vega or something.
Yeah, that sounds like yeah, Alexa Vega. That sounds right because she was in Spy Kids, and I remember her name from that.
Yes, she was. Yep. Yep. Alexa Vega apparently is her name now.
She got a
but
new name. Okay.
new name. Who dis? But apparently she kept farting in the car in the
What?
limousine during one of the scenes where Rotti, Paul Sorvino.
You know,
like,
Paul
picks her up for
Sorvino
the
got a
first time.
fetish, a fart fetish after that.
Oh, so absolutely.
He was like, "Oh God, yeah."
But apparently he like, I want to say like he insisted on like this role. Like he sought them out. Like he really wanted to be in this.
Because he knew Alexa Vega was a farter.
He did.
And he's
he
like,
did.
"Oh
He knew
God,
she
get
was
me in the car with her. I want to smell them fucking farts, the
He-
Spy Kids
he-
farts."
He knew she was a brap led on the verge of becoming a
doing
brap hog.
queen. Yeah.
Yeah, brap queen.
You either brap yourself enough where you become a brap hog, or you ascend into a brap queen.
True brap queen.
She went there.
She became the brat rappest of all queens.
She absolutely. I mean, I don't know. She's probably got some spicy ones, I imagine.
No, good God.
I'm really looking forward to the YouTube AI explanation of like what the podcast is about. And it's like the co-hosts spend 5 minutes discussing actress Alexa Vega's farts in the movie Repo the Genetic Opera.
No, that's okay. I'm happy you brought that up because I tuned into an RM Brown live stream recently, and like, so the first like 10-15 minutes that I was watching, he was having like all these like technical problems. He's like messing with his microphone, and like it was really funny because it just because he'll have people come on Discord. He'll like pull them into like his chat or whatever in Discord. And then, because he runs it kind of like a radio show.
Oh, okay.
Kinda.
Yeah.
So like he'll have call-ins, but it's on Discord. So, and then there's like a green room and everything. But so he pulls someone in to talk to him, and then like it sounds like this like teenager California stoner, like the way this kid's talking, and he's trying to talk to him about like God knows what the fuck, but then RM's trying to talk, but he can't because his microphone's fucked. So then this kid's just like
he's got free reign.
Got this like platform.
Oh no!
I mean, it wasn't bad because he was like a very respectable, but it was just the voice was really really funny. But then I like so it was like you could see either the live chat, you could see comments, or there's a third thing because you'd scroll or whatever, right? Because I'm watching on my phone, so it's like, you know, scroll over to the left.
And then you
like
have the AI explanation.
Then the AI explanation. It is eerie how like spot on it was.
Oh yeah.
Because it was and because like I didn't even have because I mean. I know how the show is gonna go because it's like they're all pretty much the same, but it was like RM Brown did a live stream where he had people where he would have people come into chat for the first 20 minutes, ranging anywhere from admiration to him to conspiracy theories and you know, political stuff and anything in between. And the live stream was it didn't say raw, but it was like the live stream was raw with technical errors throughout the entire live stream.
Oh my God.
But RM kept an upbeat attitude and pushed on through it, showing his dedication to entertaining his audience or something. I'm like, this is fucking
That's
like,
amazing.
It is just surreal how it summed it up in that way, like, because that's literally that's what it was.
Happened. It's almost better than like somebody telling
having someone tell me. Yeah,
exactly. It's
just so weird.
I have a really good so there's a really good AI description of the chat for a Honkai Star Rail character reveal stream. So there's a character that came out. Let me go get a picture quick.
Did you tell me about this?
I think I probably told you about this. Let me see. Oh, I'm gonna get a really good picture. That's gonna be really great. This one here. No,
I do remember. I remember it now. Yeah. Because it's like, everyone's very excited about it.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. I got it. Okay, 1 second. Shut up. Don't say anything. I'm going to pull it over. Okay, I got the character here. And as you can see, if you're watching, you can see that she doesn't have any shoes on. So when the AI was describing what the chat was talking about, they were sharing excitement about the release of the new character Yoon Lee, and some chatters were paying particularly extra emphasis on her feet.
Oh my God. Because it's like a baby. It's a baby innocent, so it doesn't know what a foot fetish is.
It doesn't.
So
it just thinks like, oh, they're really
about the feet.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. They're interested in those feet.
Numerous posters are posting caps lock feet, eye emoji, sweating tongue out emoji,
crying tears emoji, uwo. She is legal age in her country. Okay, I will say.
Well, in Japan or China?
She's in. It's a Chinese company. It's a Chinese. She's
Chinese.
Chinese. Yeah, she's in space China in the game.
Because you're an expert on this? What's the age of consent?
The age of consent in China is any age that you're willing to pay.
Oh, absolutely.
It depends on how connected you are in terms of the Chinese government.
how many social
Yeah.
credits you have.
It's kind of like, I mean, Fontleroy budging in line. It kind of works like that. Like if you have high social credit score, you can date lower.
Oh,
The amount. Okay, this is not a
wow.
conspiracy. This is a Barley take. We don't condone this.
That's
We're bringing on Barley
very
to talk about China.
yeah. This is
So
silliness.
so Barley would say that the age of consent in China is a metric. Kind of like when you see like, oh, what's the age range where it's uncomfortable to date somebody, and you do like a math
Right,
equation, and the
right.
older you get, the wider your dating pool age range
Yeah,
becomes.
yeah.
In China, it's based on credit score, on your social credit score.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
you take out the garbage, you can date 5 years younger.
Oh wow, that's a pretty interesting
Yeah. So,
metric.
but like you got to
That's all
keep
you gotta
doing
do.
that shit. It's kind of
Got
like when
it.
you eat a banana, you gain 3 years of life.
And
You
it
got, but
has
you got to
diminishing
keep doing this
returns, I'd
shit.
imagine,
So
right?
like if you're dating, you're like a 25-year-old and you're dating like a 10-year-old, you gotta be on it. You gotta be helping grandma across the street. You gotta be
Uh-huh.
paying your neighbor's bills. You
Right.
gotta be worshiping at
Doing
the altar.
charity and
You
yeah,
gotta be
yeah.
making daily pilgrimages to Mao Zedong's resting place. And then they're gonna let you
Do
date a
they revere?
10-year-old.
Do they revere Mao?
I
Because
have no
it's
fucking
still
idea.
the Communist Party, right? So
I
I'd
mean, it's not even. I mean, it's
imagine.
obviously not actually communist, but like,
Well, yeah, I
you
know, but
know.
it's like,
I mean, they
they're
call themselves that. Yeah,
they're following
they
in that
pretend to be.
like
They pretend to be.
lineage.
They
Yeah,
pretend
yeah.
to.
I mean, we talked about this earlier too, and I
Yeah,
mean, I
yeah,
100% agree. It's like really unfortunate that
yeah. It is.
um.
There's a whole
Well,
kind
no,
of
because
like.
well, so the chick I told you that story about at work who could speak Chinese. Do you remember?
Hmm.
Do you remember this? Okay.
Kind of a
No.
little bit.
Um.
The
She
only story I remember was the neighbor story.
the neighbor.
One of your coworkers was saying the neighbor word, and people were shocked
Oh,
and appalled.
yeah. No, no. There was a girl who was like pretty interested in me.
Okay.
This was a ways back. And she like could speak like fluent Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
But she was like white as the day is long.
Oh, she
Um,
wasn't Chinese.
she wasn't Chinese or any variant of it or any
Oh,
flavor
oh,
of it.
that's pretty interesting.
That was very interesting. But so like she did like she sounded like she did a lot in China, like had some kind of like, you know, study abroad / internship
Life.
type life.
Okay, but
Well,
tell me
yeah,
about her
she had
feet.
I bet her feet were probably pretty small, if I had to
Okay.
guess. I didn't see them myself.
Did you smell
She had
them?
I did not smell them. No,
Oh.
this is dude, this is the one that I told you like I probably could have smelled them, but
Ooh.
you don't remember this at all, do
I
you?
don't remember this one. Dude, I don't think you told me this one. I don't
I
remember
told
this
you
at
this.
all.
Well,
There's
I
no
think I
fucking
told I told you
way.
over I told you over text,
Oh.
so it might not
It
have
definitely didn't go in my brain as good.
not well it was Discord text.
It was Discord
But it was
text?
like I think we were both experiencing a little bit of life at the time, so I
Yeah,
really don't blame
probably.
you. But well, I mean, I can.
Well, I don't know. Unless you're my soulmate, I don't read anything anyone says
That's
anyway,
what
apparently. So.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you
So
did send me
okay,
about this. Okay.
yeah. I mean, just well, it's not even like too intimate, and that probably actually makes a pretty interesting story. How far are we? Are we like
We're at
you probably
117
gone
and I
for?
have food waiting, so I don't know.
Okay.
Do you want to save it for later? Or do you want to go?
Yeah, we can put a pin in it.
Okay,
It's a
so
very good
okay,
story.
well, I want to give it the time it deserves then.
Yeah, yeah,
So I'm gonna write a note to myself here.
yeah. Memo to yourself.
Fauntleroy, Chinese girl story. Even though
It's
she's not
it's a
Chinese.
little
That was amazing.
it's a little Fauntleroy and a little Fauntleroy.
Hell yeah, that's what we
You
like to
know,
hear.
it's a
You got a
little
the dark, little light.
yes, yep. It's pretty gray. It's pretty
Awesome.
great. But at the end of the day, you know, I feel I did the right thing, but I was punished.
Fauntleroy did everything right.
Fauntleroy did everything right,
Just like
TM.
Trump.
Yep.
Just
Oh,
like
dude,
Dyatlov.
actually, oh, here, can I, if I can find it super quick, I need you to play that audio. It's one of my favorite Trump clips in the whole world.
Okay, I'm waiting.
From I did everything right. I did everything right. They
Yeah,
indicted
we need to
me.
get on the soundboard. Now that I have some
We
free
need to
time
do
coming up, I need to
soundboard,
do
yeah.
the soundboard. I mean, I have the soundboard in Discord. I can like start playing noises. I just always forget about it. Holy
Oh
shit,
yeah,
there's
we
so many
could.
noises. What the fuck?
Oh yeah,
Where's the default? Oh yeah.
you have the you have the ability to play any
I can play
soundboard.
from
I
anywhere.
can't. I can.
Yeah. Those are
But we
my
could.
powerful Discord Nitro powers.
Yeah, yeah. If only I was so powerful
Yeah, well, you have
once
to
in my
have a special
life.
relationship to get to buy
Yeah,
Discord
well,
Nitro.
that's what I'm saying. I'll never like any.
Mhm. Now I'm having too much fun. Okay. Oh, you were finding the clip. Did you send it yet?
Well, this is kind of fun. This one, they harmonized it, but it
They
has the.
harmonized it.
I did everything
Oh my god. Okay, let me stop playing the music to play Donald Trump and let me turn him up.
right and they indicted
This is one of my
me.
favorite Trump quotes.
Wow.
I have a
I
few.
did everything right and they indicted me.
I did everything right and they indicted me.
I
The way
did
that he says
everything
me
right
is
and they
just so like
indicted
pathetic.
I did everything
Like,
right.
they
Like
indicted
when
me.
man who did everything literally wrong.
Yeah, actually,
Fucking
because that's him. That's so on brand. Like he
yeah.
didn't. He
Literally
fucking
did
tried.
nothing right.
He tried intimidating like a low
Tried to
ranking
bully fucking people in Georgia or the guy in
fucker in
Georgia to find
Georgia.
20K
Yeah,
votes. He tried to like actually like Wisconsin is taking to court the people with the fake elector scheme of like literally just passing off documents that were supposed to look like what the electors were actually voting for. Like
they were
all these
literally
people
trying
should
to
be
coup
all
here
these
in
people should be
Wisconsin.
killed as
Yeah,
traitors.
yeah, actually, right.
And that's not a conspiracy take. And the YouTube, you can't ban this video because what I'm
This is
saying
free
is factually
speech.
accurate. And Destiny said this like 3 months ago.
This
So
is
if you're
free
not taking
speech.
his channel down, don't take mine.
Yeah, or take his down with us.
Or take his down with us and then put me in the headline.
Yeah, and then we're gonna be the catalyst, and we'll get famous then
Okay,
from that.
we don't condone violence. I'm sorry, Barley came in and took over again. We don't condone violence. We think the people who did the fake elector scheme deserve to be tried and have their day in court.
Have their day in court, and then possibly get state sanctioned
Shanks? State
unlicensing.
shank? Shin.
State sanctioned
Hell yeah.
state sanctioned shankings.
Yes.
Just outright.
Well, that's the day they should have, but what kind of day should the friends have?
Oh my god, I'm so happy you asked. I think all the friends there, anyone listening, anyone watching, anyone liking and commenting and subscribing should have a Fauntleroy day.
How wonderful.
You should Fauntleroy the day away.
Fauntleroy the day away. Fauntleroy the day away.
Fauntleroy the day away.